All right. Welcome to Thursday's 5 for 5 devotion. So I have a question for you. What do you treasure? Meaning, what makes you happy? Or, better yet, what do you think makes you happy? Jesus said in Matthew 6:21, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Meaning, whatever you treasure the most, that's what you care about the most. That's what you love. For a lot of us, we have so many treasures here on earth, right? We've got things that people in human history have never had. We've got things that people in other parts of the world can't even fathom. We've got homes with air conditioning and heat and indoor plumbing and microwaves and refrigerators. We've got multiple vehicles that we can even park inside our homes in garages, that we can take these vehicles and go wherever we want. We've got multiple pairs of shoes and multiple pairs of clothing. We've got all kinds of things. We can go to grocery stores and just pick out our food and use the money that we've got in our bank accounts to purchase that food. We can go sit at a restaurant and somebody else can prepare the food for us and we can use all the money we have to buy that food. Isn't it amazing? You would think that we would be so happy. We've got all this stuff that people have never had before. We've got technology now. But guess what? We're still not happy. A lot of people are still very sad, very depressed, not happy. Why? Because we've put our treasure in the wrong place, in the wrong things. Our treasure should be in Jesus. Our treasure should be stored up in heaven with God. That's where we find happiness. That's where we find joy. Let me read to you from Matthew chapter 13. Jesus shares two parables that I really think are going to jump out at you. I'm going to start in verse 44. Jesus said, "The kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and covered up. Then, in his joy, he sells all that he has and buys the field." Again, Jesus says, "The kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls, who, on finding one pearl of great value, went and sold all that he had and bought it." Wow. Think about that. To find a treasure hidden in this field and think, I'm going to sell everything else I have. Nothing else matters compared to what I found in this field. Or to think you find that one great pearl and you think, I'm going to sell everything else I've ever had because I've always been in search of this one thing. That one thing for us is Jesus. And we should be willing to give everything else up to find Him, to be with Him. For a lot of us, we've not given up a lot of those treasures. We'd rather do other things that we think will bring us happiness than spend time with Jesus. You know, instead of being a part of a daily Bible reading plan, we'd rather be watching a show. Or instead of being a part of a weekend worship service, we'd rather be out and about doing something with other people, out on the ocean, going here or there, going wherever. And it's like, okay, that's great. It makes you happy in that moment. But it doesn't compare to Jesus. And that is where a lot of our treasure lies, when our treasure is supposed to lie in Him. And think about it from God's perspective in this parable. That for Jesus, the great treasure is us. He gave up everything for us. That He looks at me, He looks at you, and He thinks, that is somebody I treasure so much, I'm going to give up my life for them. Wow. If Jesus treasures me like that, then I want to treasure Him and give up everything I've got for Him. Hey, listen, I hope this spoke to you today, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.